Welcome to the Green Hat Local SEO Podcast, where Kyle Sabra delivers hard-hitting, actionable tips and strategies to help business owners dominate their local market and crush the competition. Kyle's no-holds-barred approach cuts through the noise of traditional SEO, focusing on battle-tested tactics that deliver real results. He's here to arm you with the tools you need to skyrocket your rankings, generate more leads, and grow your business online. If you're tired of hearing the same old SEO nonsense and want to learn the truth, this is the podcast for you. Get ready to put on your green hats and learn SEO secrets the other guys can't handle. Now, here's your host, Kyle Sabra.
This is Kyle Sabra from Green Hat Local SEO, and in this episode, we're going to talk about something that has rocked the SEO world, and that is Google's removal or Google's discontinuation of the @num equals 100 search parameter. So what this means basically is that you can no longer do a search and ask Google to return 100 results instead of the usual 10 or fewer results. So why is this a big deal? Well, basically what happens is now search tracker or keyword trackers like AccuRanker, SEMrush, Ahrefs, SEO Power Suite, really anyone that uses keywords.com, none of those are going to be able to track keywords accurately beyond spot number 10. So why did Google do this? Well, nobody really knows. Google will discontinue things all the time. Right? I can't tell you how many products Google has made, hyped, launched, and then killed. Google switches up their search results all the time. You know, the map pack was 7 businesses at first, and then it was 5, and now it's 3. There used to be more. Results on some searches, and now some searches are only showing 7 or 8 results on the first page. So Google does this a lot. But as far as removing the ability for us to get 100 results at the same time, I think this is just another anti-SEO measure. Google will do these periodically, but this just seems the most egregious one. So with the removal of this ability to search for 100 or to get 100 results at a time, now, unless you're using Search Console, it is literally impossible to see where all of your keywords are ranking every time, because not every single keyword is going to be ranking in a top 10, right? Some keywords are going to be in spot 50, some are going to be in spot 11, and this really does just only seem to be aimed at SEOs and keyword trackers. I really don't see any other reason why Google would be removing this. The big impact, aside from not being able to track your keywords outside of Search Console, too, is that now your Search Console is not going to be reporting on all the impressions on all the keywords that are ranking below spot 10. What a lot of people I don't think realize is that keyword trackers a lot of times made up the majority of impressions for keywords that are ranking off of page 1. So if you see your keyword that's in spot like 25 or whatever go from getting 100 impressions a month down to 2, well, that's because of this new modification of the search results by Google. So this isn't something that your SEO did. This doesn't mean that your SEO is bad or that people are all of a sudden searching for you less. It literally is just that Google is preventing keyword trackers from searching for specific keywords or tracking specific keywords. Because even when keyword trackers would do these searches for you to see where you are ranking, Google would log that as an impression, right? And I don't know if you've seen this in your Search Console, but this does happen sometimes to where you'll see spikes, like, for example, every Monday, right? Or you'll see spikes, maybe the same time every single day for specific keywords. And that would be your rank tracker searching for that keyword and then logging in where your keyword was at that point. This is something that people have come to me a lot saying, I don't understand what these peaks and valleys are. They seem to be happening pretty regularly. And that's exactly what it was. It was just these keyword trackers, these rank trackers, searching for your keyword, logging the position, and then just reporting it to you. It wasn't people actually searching for the same keyword every single Monday, or every single day at 4 o'clock or whatever. It was just these rank trackers, and that might have been where where Google's thoughts were, to where they wanted to maybe reduce the noise in Search Console, maybe reduce the amount of questions that people had with regards to impressions, or wonky impressions like spiking at the same time every week or every day. But I doubt it. Google, honestly, at the end of the day, does not give a shit about us unless we're paying them money. So I would really doubt that they have our best interest in mind and are trying to provide clearer, more accurate data to us. I honestly think this is just a anti-SEO measure to make things harder for us, to get us to pay more for ads, which is really what Google's end game is. I think that what Google wants to do is to give us one perfect result per query, and then have like 50 different ads shoved in our face. And I think this is just another step to that, because if we can't get accurate keyword data from our rank trackers, then we can't make accurate decisions on SEO. And if we can't make accurate decisions on SEO, then we're going to be forced to pay for ads. And I think this is, again, just another step in the end game for that. One other thing that I've heard that maybe they're trying to do this is because of the hits to their own servers are maybe getting too expensive. And, Google has budgets to work with as well. And showing 10 blue links is a lot cheaper than showing 100 blue links, which could be, yes, but I think it's, at this point, matters of a fraction of a penny. And if they're so hard up that they can't show us 100 search results rather than 10, then we're going to be in bigger trouble, because this means Google is just hemorrhaging money, which we know that they are, right? And then one person I also heard said, well, maybe this has to do with the lawsuit, the antitrust lawsuit against Google that the U.S. government had, but they couldn't elaborate on that, and I didn't understand where that would have came from either. Again, to me, this just sounds like another anti-SEO measure, and Google is trying to push us to ads by giving us fewer data points to work with. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't track your results at all. There is still Google Search Console that is useful. However, for local SEO, it's not as useful as you would think. One thing that these rank trackers were really good at, AccuRanker comes to mind because that's what I use specifically. Agency Analytics does this as well. But one thing that rank trackers are good at is searching for your keywords in your targeted area, right? So if you use Search Console, it's still just searching on the global index. So for example, if you are a roofer and you want to rank for the keyword roofer near me, and you're located in San Diego, well, roofer near me is going to show up for anybody who is searching for that. Somebody in like Barstow could be searching for a roofer near me, and you could be showing up at like spot 60 or whatever, right? With something like AccuRanker, they wouldn't be reporting on that because you would geolocate your searches with AccuRanker to San Diego. However, Search Console isn't going to do that. So this does kind of muddy the waters a little bit still. It's still not a perfect one-to-one comparison, but Search Console is still a way to track your keywords. It probably works best for blog posts rather than localized keywords. But for localized keywords, if you want to track them, you really should just be using Google Maps anyway. Search Console is only for organic rankings, unless you put your UTM code on your GBP. But really, the best way to track your local results is still with a GeoGrid tracker like Local Falcon, which is what we use, or Local Dominator, or Grid My Business, or something like that. People are going to be clicking on your maps results, not your organic results, if they want like roofer near me or roof replacement near me, things like that. So it's still not a perfect solution, but Search Console still is at least going to give you some sort of data for you or your SEO to work on. Still not really as well as 2 weeks ago when the rank trackers were able to track rankings from whatever geolocation they wanted. So that's about it for this episode. I just want to give you an update on what is going on with rank tracking and what it means for you and how you can kind of get around it. Again, this does not mean that your SEO has suddenly stopped working. It's just that Google is giving us fewer data points to work with because, like always, they just want to fuck up our day and make things harder for us. So we just go in and go all in on Google Ads instead. But you know what? Fuck them. We're not going to be doing that. So again, my name is Kyle Sabra from Green Hat Local SEO. If you want to learn more about SEO, go toghls.io. We have a free Until You Rank SEO program to where you don't pay until we get you ranked. Again, this is totally free, totally risk-free. You don't pay until you are ranked, which means that we are going to work as hard as we can because we don't like working without getting paid. So if you are interested in that, go toghls.io. Again, my name is Kyle Sabra, and I will talk to you later.